Hello, everyone. I'm Dova,
And I'm Chloe.
and welcome to Alter Egos.
What the fuck is that? What are you putting in your mouth? It looks like something my mom would have.
It's my drone flute.
Is that the sound bath? I thought it was.
This is my new hyperfixation.
I'm in a trance. That was the most beautiful sound I've ever heard all day today.
Look at this thing.
What the fuck is that? It looks like a flat dildo.
Yeah, it's kind of scary looking. Okay, here's the story.
Please explain. I need it.
Here's
I need
the
answers.
fucking story, okay? So, background, I've always really liked like Native American music, right? And thought it
You were
was
named
fucking
after a
cool.
Native American character.
Yeah, it was named after Chloe Redwing in the Robert Ludlum book. So it's in my blood. It's not in my blood at all. It's not in any way, shape, or form. But I've always just thought it was fucking cool. I don't know.
It sounds beautiful.
I was on Instagram the other day.
Oh my
And-
god.
I saw this like video ad of this dude playing a cool flute. And he was like, and because they're 3D printed, they're like a quarter of the
Oh.
price that you would get from a normal flute, but they're 3D printed and they're made of recyclable materials. And so it's like, I think they donate to like conservation stuff, whatever. And I was like, this is so dumb. And I was
This is
like,
so dumb.
yeah, I was like, this is so dumb that I am wanting to buy a flute. But I just had this feeling of, fuck it, dude. You have free will and you have $50.
You do.
Just buy a flute. And so I just literally impulse bought the flute, was like, kind of forgot about it. And then a day later, I got the email confirmation and I was like, oh shit, I bought a flute. And then it came like the next day. And I was like, look, Tommy, I bought a flute. And he's like, what? And then I started playing it. And he's like, wow, that's pretty sick.
I love that for you. That is a good use of your free will. That is something
Well-
I think a lot of adults forget they have.
Well, and okay, so you know how like our nervous systems like rely on breath work in order to feel chill? This is like literal meditation because you have to like hold your breath and then like slowly expel it. And another perk. This is
You
set-
can stick
this-
it up your vagina and use it as a dildo.
I would not recommend that. It is very wide.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but it's tuned to 432 hertz, which is like one of the most healing frequencies.
It sounds
So-
it sounds very beautiful. You sent me a
I'm
voice
a flautist now.
You sent me a voice note yesterday. And I kid you guys not, I felt like I was in a documentary where I was sitting around a fire with a bunch of indigenous people and they just had Chloe playing the flute for us. And I could just hear like some British commentary man in the background talking as you were playing the
Wow,
flute.
your
That-
imagination really is remarkable.
That's what I was
Meanwhile,
thinking.
I
when
was sitting on the floor in my living room, like, by myself.
How did the dogs feel about it?
Well, so the whole thing started when I bought this cling film for my windows because my window faces an ugly house next door and I didn't want to look at the house anymore. So I bought this cling film and it came with this little cardboard tube. And Tommy was blowing into the tube and was like, burr, 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 like to the dogs. And Freya was terrified. Oolong was
Oh.
fascinated. And then I was joking around with it too. And I was like reshaping it and like actually trying to make it sound like cool.
Mhm.
And then later that day, I got the ad for the flute.
Oh my
so I feel like
gosh.
it was divine timing.
You're
But now I'm like, is this cultural appropriation? I really hope not. I just think it's a cool flute. I'm not going to try to make money off of the Native American drone flute that is printed from a 3D printer.
Wait, so it's intentionally supposed to be like a Native American flute?
So
Like, I'm confused.
Drone flutes just mean that there's two barrels, and one is typically like it doesn't have any notes. It just plays a continuous sound, which makes like the drone in the background, and then the other side has the notes. So it's not like exclusively Native American, I don't think. And this company does not claim to be Native American or anything.
I'm not gonna lie, when you sent me the thing yesterday, I was like a sound bath. So she got like a bowl that plays sound. Like, I don't know, in my head I was thinking it was like a speaker inside of a bowl that plays music. So the fact that that was you playing it, that was pretty cool.
Actually I feel like I'm like getting the hang. It's very easy, but it's like you have to like breathe into it a certain way. And anyway, it's been really fun. And now
That's
I
awesome.
wonder what my neighbors think, because I've been playing it with the door open.
They
Hopefully
probably
enjoy
think like you're doing something in your house.
It's so fun.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes those ads on like Instagram and stuff tempt me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Me too.
I am not a smoker one bit. But have you seen the apothecary cigarettes?
Yes.
I know, I know it's a scam. They try to say it's like a healing herbal cigarette that helps like break down mucus. They try to promote it like it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's like lavender and I don't know, I guess
bought
edible.
those.
Yeah,
Genuinely, I
dude.
had them in my cart.
I'm not even lying. I almost got it. And I was like, Dova, really think long and hard about this. Like, don't get brought up into the scam. But I do wonder if anybody has tried them. What are your thoughts? Wait, you have?
Hold on. I'll be right back. 1 second. Look what I have, everybody. Just call me a little slut for some Instagram ads.
You bought them.
No, but
Peach honey flower. Are they cigarettes? Or like natural?
I bought
smoke?
CBD blunts. Listen, okay.
That's fine.
First of all,
CBD
this
is lovely.
smells exactly like weed. The UPS guy dropped it off, and it was like in a little bubble bag, and I lifted the bubble bag, and it was hit with the scent of marijuana. And I was like, oh no, does the post office think I bought weed in Idaho? Then on the inside of the package, there's a slip for UPS that's like, this is not weed. It's CBD.
Oh,
it's
that's
legal.
all you have to do.
Calm
You
down.
just have to say it's not.
Yeah, they
it's
coulda
not
lied.
weed, and they'll. Wait, I'm confused. I thought CBD was also illegal in Idaho. It's not.
I hope not.
It's
I just
fine. They delivered it
incriminated
to you.
myself. Yeah. It just arrived. I didn't buy it. No, but there's a company called Peach Honey, and the girl that owns it is a very good marketing girl. Like, she knows how to get her people.
She got
But I was
you.
like, I'd love to have a cigarette sometimes in these trying times of our lives, but I don't want to smoke a cigarette, and I also don't want to smoke weed because weed fucks with my brain.
Yeah.
So I tried these, and honestly, they kind of work.
Okay.
The downfall is that you smell like weed for the rest of time.
I still have so much PTSD from weed that the smell alone kind of starts making me panic, and I'm too scared to even put on CBD lotion. I'm scared.
CBD, yeah. I mean, I feel
CBD
that.
is not
It
supposed to
doesn't
do anything psychological to you at all,
Yeah.
right? It's
Right.
merely like a relaxant, like
Yes.
for your like physical,
Yeah.
like a physical relaxing sensation.
Yes.
Whereas THC,
Not relaxing for me.
it used to be once upon a time for me. Chloe and I would have
Oh, it
the
gave you
best of
psychosis.
times. Yes, I went into a deep psychosis and I was trying to take my eyeballs out of my face. Anyways,
And then the subsequent trauma that followed for like a year.
speaking of Instagram stuff, Handles ice cream. I still cannot believe Chloe and I have not taken you guys to Handles
what
ice
the
cream.
heck? I feel like
It's so good. It's a chain. They have it in a few states now, but Handel's ice cream, amazing. They have so many flavors. And last year, they had a limited flavor called Not Your Average Dough. Best
Cookie dough.
fucking ice cream I've ever had. It is a cookie dough based ice cream, whatever the fuck that means. And they have big chunks of cookie dough that's mixed with pretzel bits. So it is super sweet and salty. It's the greatest ice cream Khalil and I have ever had. And then one day we go back to get our Not Your Average Dough ice cream and it was gone. And I said, what the fuck?
Limited edition?
Yes. So I have been harassing them on Instagram constantly.
Did it work?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And they brought it back forever. They brought it back forever. I kept, anytime they made a post on Instagram, I would comment, please bring Not Your Average Dough back. I would send them DMs. I would just say, please, please, please. And then last week, they brought it back. So Khalil and I went to get it.
Oh my
and
God.
yeah, I'm not
See,
joking.
The power
It
of
is
the
so
people.
good.
We really do have power.
We do
for
have
change.
we have more power than we think.
We do,
but
because we
yes,
are the consumers, and this is a capitalistic society. And so if enough people want to be behind something. Did I ever tell you about the Whole Foods cake debacle?
No.
Okay, so the berry chantilly cream
Best cake ever.
Best cake ever from Whole Foods. It has a cult-like following, including myself.
Yes.
I happen to know already that Tommy already pre-ordered it for my birthday. I'm so excited.
Yay!
But a couple years ago, I think it was in 2024, they decided to change the recipe. They changed the recipe for the cake. And enough people complained that within 2 weeks, they changed it back.
That's amazing.
Like, everybody and their mother came out and was like, fucking change this or else.
Why?
And now it's back.
You know what upsets me so bad? And I'm one of the consumers that was not a part of it. Fucking when Netflix decided to take away the home sharing or whatever, and everyone was supposed to collectively come together and not make an account so that, you know, they would lose a shit ton. Literally the next month after they announced it, they had more subscribers than they ever did. And Khalil and I were one of them. And that makes me so sad. But I guess we'll celebrate the little wins we get, like Whole Foods, Handles, and I'm trying to think if there was another. Oh, do you remember when the Sonic movie first came out?
Yes,
and they showed
they
showed the way Sonic looked, and enough people complained about it that they reworked him. So
yeah, thank God they did. He was so creepy.
Yeah, it was.
He looked really weird,
a little uncanny. But I wish I could say the same for Netflix, but I've become a slave to their content.
Well, and
every time I say I'm gonna cancel it, then a new show comes out.
It actually blows my mind, like, because I work in marketing, sometimes like we'll come up with a thing and I'm like, there's no way people are gonna want this or do this, and they do. There's like a lot of people that do the thing, and I'm like, wow, okay, I was wrong. Like, I wouldn't personally probably buy it, but wow, okay.
My favorite part of TikTok is the de-influencing, when people like let you know how you don't need this shit. Like, something that I got caught up in like 3 or 4 years ago was getting containers for everything.
Yeah.
Like, I need a container for my cereal. I need a container for my eggs.
The pantry
I need,
organization.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you really don't. Like, okay, I do have pantry organizers in my pantry, and my pantry is still a fucking mess. So
yeah, I do too. There's a bunch of organizers in there, and they're all like in disarray.
It doesn't work. But I want to apologize to you because you had brought up that one day you were like, you think Tyreek Withers is really hot, right? And I was like, no, I think he's ugly. And you're like, I swear you told me he's hot. And I was like, no, he has like
I was really
weird
confused.
eyebrows.
I thought I was having a Mandela effect in my own life.
I think I forgot that it's his charm that makes me love him so much. He just comes off as like the coolest, funniest, most fun guy ever, and that's what makes me so drawn to him. So I've been reading the book Reminders of Him. It's by Colleen Hoover, and I think I understand why people don't like her book very much.
Yeah.
I want to go see this movie. It's coming out this weekend, and Khalil loves romance movies. So for his birthday, we're gonna go see it.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's his favorite. It's his favorite. I would say his favorite movie genre is rom-coms, but he also loves romance movies. So he wants to go see it for his birthday.
Where
We're gonna
did you
take him.
find him?
I don't know. I don't know. He's always been like, it's probably the Pisces in him. He's just a
Yeah.
lover boy. But so I got the book so that I can start, I just want to see what the book to movie difference is. But he stars in that movie, and so he's popping up on my TikTok a lot
Oh.
more, and he is just a
Charming.
bundle of joy. I love him. I don't know. I feel like if you see content of him, you would also enjoy him a lot. He kind of reminds me of Channing Tatum in a bit, like funny Channing Tatum, charming
Yeah.
Channing Tatum. So I really like him, and he's just, I don't know, he's great. His interview with Brittany Broski,
Oh,
amazing.
she does the best interviews ever. Like,
yes.
just to bring us back to an earlier topic, Harry Styles dropped his album on Friday.
Feel about that? I heard the song American Girl. Is that what it is?
It is
That song is ass.
an extremely underwhelming album in every single way. There's a couple of
Okay.
songs I haven't immediately hated. Most of
Okay.
them I think are trash. But he went on Brittany Broski's Royal Court,
Mhm.
and it was like the best interview ever. It was hilarious. She's so funny, and like I actually feel like she's a rising star in that arena. I don't know how she does it. She gets every single guest to completely let their guard down and be hilarious, and you see their
Yes.
personalities like you've never
Yes.
seen them before.
She's
And I
amazing.
just think that what she is doing is brilliant, and I love her. I wish I was as funny as she is. She is like the wittiest person, like a
And to
wittiest
think-
interviewer I've seen in a while.
It all started with kombucha.
Kombucha.
Crazy.
know.
I still use that GIF to this day.
It's
Whenever.
perfect for everything. That's how I feel about everything.
Yes. I'm like, do I like it? Do I not? But yeah, so my apologies. I do find him very attractive.
Okay, thank you.
More so because of like
I did
his
not sleep one
personality.
night thinking
He's
about
a
this.
he's a goofy goober, and
kidding.
I love it. Yeah, my bad. But
Well, speaking of sleep, I got to tell you really quick. I had nightmares 2 nights in a row. The
oh shit,
first
I was
nightmare,
supposed to do my
It's
book
fine.
research on it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. But
Tell
I was
it.
like, what's going on in my life? In my first dream, my first nightmare the other night, I got shot in the thigh, taking a bullet for Tommy, who was trying to take a bullet for me. And I was like, fuck that. Got shot in the thigh.
Okay.
And that was not great. And then last night, I had another tornado dream. And in this dream,
Man.
everybody else got to safety except for me. I was able to hide underneath like a picnic bench at a park, and I got fully sucked into the tornado. So anyway,
got
I'm
left
doing great.
behind. Oh my gosh, you've
Why
been
is my
bombarded
sleep
with
so
work. Huh?
fucked? Work's
You've
been
been-
pretty busy, but
In a good way? Are you still enjoying the
not this week.
Uh,
But it's gonna get better. It's just a timing thing.
Okay, well, something that I wanted to start because I am trying to expand my vernacular is having a word of the week.
Love it. Yes.
So, my word of the week is veracity.
Veracity.
It is a noun, and it is the unwillingness to tell lies. And my
Did
sentence,
I know that? I don't think I did. Fuck.
I came up with a sentence for this. Dova has a hard time with the veracity of anything she sees on social media because of AI. I hate Facebook right now.
It's all bullshit.
Everything is an AI picture. Everything is AI generated that I just scroll now through everything, and it reminds me of the Jim Carrey conspiracy theorists right now. Please tell me you're on the right end of this.
I don't think that he has a clone.
Okay. It drives me crazy how many people are not only saying that's not Jim Carrey, but how many people are using AI pictures of him to say it's not Jim Carrey. It's so annoying. Facebook specifically right now, everything is AI generated. I think it's because a lot of the older people are on there. And man, I'm not going to lie. If AI continues to advance the way it is, I'm getting fooled sometimes too right
I
now.
know.
So
Yeah, me too.
I can't imagine what the older folks are going through, but everything is AI generated on there, and it is so annoying and it is so frustrating. I don't believe a single picture that I see on it. How is anything how is that? We
I
used to
don't
be able
know.
to, I remember there was like Photoshop, right? People were
Yeah.
photoshopping pictures or
Yeah.
whatever, and that was annoying too. But Photoshop took skills. So you at the very least had to develop a skill if you were going to try and fool people. But you could always rely on the videos, okay? You
Yeah.
could go to videos and be like, oh, yeah, see, that was fake. But now, everything is just AI generated, and I can't stand it.
Well, I was just thinking about this because we were talking about like supernatural beings and like mythical beings in that one alien podcast we did. But I listened to a supernatural um podcast episode about mermaids recently.
Mhm.
And you know how like back in the day people like filmed Bigfoot and it was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, we think this is edited or whatever." And some of them were before that technology even existed and we were still
Mhm.
saying it was edited.
Mhm.
And now I swear I could go outside and film a fucking unicorn on my lawn and nobody would believe me. And so now I'm afraid because
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second. Years ago, we had videos of these supposed things. That was before we had the AI and before we had really good technology, and we still dismissed it. So now it blurs the lines of like what's real and what's not. Because soon we're going to have holograms. Technically, to our perception, that would be something real because we can see it in real life,
Mhm.
but it would be a generated image. And I'm
Yeah.
scared.
We are entering, I think. So a lot of the things that we've kind of grown up with since we were children, we were kind of just accustomed to it, right? Like
Yeah.
the internet, cell phones, we kind of grew up with it, so it didn't feel completely foreign. AI feels completely foreign to me, and I am scared. And it just makes me wonder about all of those movies and horror stories that people wrote about AI taking over and dismantling the human race is just becoming more and more realistic every day. All those Black Mirror episodes feel so much closer to reality now than they
Dude,
did before.
there's a theory. I don't know how far deep into this it goes or how much I believe it, but there's a theory, like a physics theory, that we are single-handedly creating our own reality based on like these things we're imagining up. So like the Black Mirror episodes are like a manifestation of sorts. Like we created them. And so after creating them, we opened the possibility that they could exist. And now that they're coming true. So it's like if you can envision like a reality where we're literally fighting a war against robots, aka the movie I, Robot. After making that movie, that possibility started to exist in real life, and now it's gonna happen. I feel like we are like, what is that saying that like whatever you're actively looking for, you will find. Like if you're looking for things to complain about, you're going to find things to complain about. If you're looking for positive stories, you'll start noticing positive stories. I feel like that's what's happening. And there's a show that I was watching on Hulu called Paradise. Have you heard of this show?
I love that show.
You liked
Yes.
it? Okay,
Mhm.
so you know the concept, and
Yes.
I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but at the end of
It's
the
a great
show,
show.
the person in power, we find out that they made a decision that could set society back 500 years. And I was like, please, please do it.
Do it.
I'm fine not having the electricity anymore. Like, let's go back pre-industrial revolution. Let's start over and let's not do things the same way. I'm fine with that. Set us back to the Middle Ages. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of it.
It's
I'm
kinda
scared.
scary. So you were talking about possibly sighting a unicorn and no one believing you. Well, going into one of our topics, I did a quiz to see what mythical creature am I.
Oh,
Can you
shit.
guess what I got? I got 2, but I got 2 specific ones every time.
Are they like the one that you got? Is it like one that everybody knows?
Both of them are what everyone knows. They're very common mythical creatures.
Was it like a personality quiz?
Uh-huh.
Oh. What mythical creature is Dova most like? A vampire.
Oh man, that would have been so cool. I got a unicorn
Oh.
and a mermaid.
Oh. Wow, perfect.
I can't see the unicorn, but when I got unicorn, I kind of wanted to look into the history of it.
Yeah.
This is something I had no idea about.
The
Do
unicorn
you know?
history is fucked up.
Well, do you know where unicorns? What inspired a unicorn?
I feel like just tell me. Just tell us. I can't remember.
It was an Indian rhinoceros, they think. They're like almost certain it was a
Because it
rhino
was like the
that
first time they
inspired.
saw a rhino.
Yes, and then they would poach rhinos and narwhals to use. They said like if you drank something from the horn, their little horns, that it would provide like, I don't know, healing elements. One of them was like, it'll help with epilepsy. And I said, oh. But I think that's where where we have this massive, horrible, disgusting poaching industry now. But rhinoceroses inspired unicorns. And so this dumbass one day
Who probably needed some glasses. My God.
saw a rhino and was like, that kind of looks like a horse with a horn.
What horses is he looking at?
I don't know what did horses look like back then, but yeah, that was a little interesting tid that I discovered. I just assumed like someone thought horses were cool and it would be cooler if they had a horn on them, and that's where it came from. But no, it came from a rhino.
Maybe one day we'll do like a deeper dive into unicorns, because I remember learning about unicorns as being like this mythical creature that people would hunt, and then whoever like was able to like bag a unicorn, the unicorn would like be loyal only to that person and would be like basically like a killing machine for anyone that's not that person. And there were all these legends of people being absolutely slaughtered by unicorns, and that they're actually not like pretty little girly pop horses. They're like really scary.
Have you seen that the unicorn movie that came out? I think it was last year with Paul.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that movie.
It was so funny. It was like, so wait, that's probably where I got the story that I was just telling.
Wait, yeah, that is. I was going to say, I've heard of that story too.
No, actually, maybe not historically accurate. I got it from a movie, so fuck me, I guess.
That was a good movie.
It was good.
And kind of talking about my imagination, if you will. Do you remember in Harry Potter when they discovered, like, was it Lord Voldemort was feeding on unicorn blood or something like that? Yeah, so I don't know what about that scene, seeing the unicorn's blood, because it was like this shiny, like metallic looking thing. I used to use a shampoo that kind of looked like that, so I would pretend whenever I was in the shower that like I had unicorn blood, and I'd be like, rub it in my hair.
Yeah, dude. I always thought that the blood looked really delicious, like in a magical way in that movie. And I was like, would I do that? No.
It's kind of fucked up. Especially not you.
No. I'm a horse girl.
You're a horse girl for sure. And it's the year of the horse.
It is the year of the fire horse. That sounds right up my alley. What's
your zodiac or Chinese zodiac?
I think I'm a rooster.
Oh.
What are you?
I'm a pig. And my brother used to make fun of me for it.
That's right. I think
and made me cry. He's like, haha, you're a pig.
He's so funny sometimes. He's so brutal. Like the other day we were on a walk and it was like early in the morning and he's like, if you could have your own world with any mythical creatures, what kind of creatures would you have in there? And I was like, probably like a unicorn. He's like, a unicorn? That's the most basic bitch answer. Like you could have anything.
Oh
And you're
my
choosing
God.
a unicorn. And I was like, I like horses.
What a bitch. What was his? Dragons?
He didn't have an answer. We moved on because he couldn't think of anything.
Wow. What is
Yeah.
the wolf in the Nordic?
What did you just say?
The wolf? The wolf. The
You
wolf.
said-
Do I have to pronounce the L? I thought it was silent.
Yes.
It's wolf?
Yes.
It is not wolf. Nobody says
Are you
wolf.
fucking high? It's wolf.
It's wolf. A wolf. They're my favorite animals. I think I will know how to
Nova,
pronounce it.
It's not a woof. It's a wolf.
A
Wolf.
wolf.
Wolf. Wolf.
I'm not pronouncing. The L is silent. Do you say?
It's not silent.
Do you say a chalk or do you say chalk? You say chalk. It's a wolf.
Okay. Well, what about the word whelk?
What is that? Is
It's
that the animal?
It's a sea
Like
slug.
the sea slug? They're stupid.
You say woof? Oh my god, that's so cute.
You're a bitch. Anyways, the Nordic wolf.
Wolf.
What's his name? It's like Bayus or something. Fernegad. Wait, not
Fenrir.
Ferguson. Wait, what?
Isn't it Fenrir?
I think so. That thing is cool.
Dude, there's some
I like
fucking
that one.
cool. Were you on the side of the internet that was really worried about the giant sea snake?
Like an anaconda?
No.
Oh.
There were
There's a
people
sea snake?
convinced that like the Nordic sea snake that like roams the oceans and is this giant snake.
Is
His name's
that?
Jormungandr.
Yeah. No, I know nothing about
People
him.
were looking at Google Maps and saw a weird part of the ocean that looked kind of like a snakehead and literally convinced themselves that there's a snake roaming the oceans that the Russians are trying to refreeze, but because of global warming, it like thawed out in the ocean and is now roaming the ocean.
The Russians are trying to refreeze the snake?
Yes, and that's why half of the US had a winter storm that was really bad, which doesn't make any fucking sense, but
Because
I swear to
of the
God,
snake?
this is literally, dude, I'm not, Google it. You'll see what I'm talking about. There was a huge community of weirdos that really believed this.
These people can vote, by the way.
Bro, I know.
I think we should have to take a cognitive test to vote because
I honestly do too. I think you should have to take a cognitive test to also have children. Not saying
Oh,
that you
yeah.
need to be super smart to have children in any way, shape, or form, or that you need to have a certain amount of education because that's classist as fuck. But
Mhm.
you need to have some sort of critical thinking, I think.
Just some kind of
Yeah,
critical
because you're raising
thinking.
the next generation. I just feel like we can't let anybody do that. Not just anybody.
Yeah, I
Like
can
these
definitely think of some
people.
people. I can think of some people that shouldn't have children. Yeah. So
Anyway, I
Right.
got to thinking about
yeah.
sea creatures and mermaids, and I was listening to the supernatural episode of Mermaids, and there was one like old Inuit legend
Mhm.
that I'd never heard before, and I kind of thought it was hilarious. So basically, there was this woman who lived in this Inuit village,
Okay.
and she was known to be kind of like a shrew. Like she didn't want to date any of the boys or the men. Go ahead.
What's a shrew?
You know,
I
like
thought
in
that was like a
Shakespeare's,
mole.
it is.
Oh, okay.
It's also like an old-timey kind of word for a difficult woman. So like in Taming of the Shrew, the Shakespeare play, it's like that woman that didn't want anything to do with like a woman that can't be tamed, basically, is
Okay,
what a shrew is.
okay.
Anyway, she just basically wanted to be by herself, didn't want to marry a man, didn't want to like date any of the men. She was like, fuck men, they're so annoying.
Mhm.
And her father was like, hey, if you don't get married soon, we're going to cast you out of the village. And she's like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Okay. So anyway, one day, this very handsome, like super hot guy comes to the village and he's like, I am the best hunter in the area and I am looking for a wife. And he like falls for her. And
Okay.
she's like, I don't really give a shit about you. No, thank you. And he like keeps going after her. And with the pressure from her father, she eventually is like, okay, fine. I guess like if I have to marry a guy, I'll marry this guy, whatever. So this guy is like, cool, let's go back to my homeland. So he takes her to this like hut on the outskirts of town, like right next to the water. And when he gets there, he's like, ha, gotcha. I'm not a man. I'm a bird man. And he like turns into this bird man creature. And she gets scared. And so then she like calls for her father, like prays to him or like calls for him mentally or something. And her father has a weird feeling. So he comes to like visit them, sees the bird man. And he's like, oh no, fuck this. I'm getting you out of here. So then he like rows them back on a boat to her town, like rescues her from the Birdman.
Okay.
But then the Birdman's like, no, I don't want you to have her, like whatever, she's mine. And then tries to pull her from the boat. And then her father like tries to pull her back in the boat, but she eventually like falls into the ocean and whatever. Anyway, then she becomes this like ocean deity. And people like see her years later as like this like half woman, half fish person. And I'm like, this is why just leave the women alone. Okay? Just leave the women alone. Why do they have to get married? Leave them alone. And I just feel for this. I heard that story and I was like, damn, she would have fucking loved the 21st century. Like she could have just been a lonely cat lady for her entire life.
So she just fell in the water and turned into a...
Yeah, I guess like the
ocean.
sea spirits like took her, but they gave her powers. So it was kind of like her villain story, right?
Okay.
Where she becomes this like water deity now and
Yeah.
she like steals people from the water.
I recently saw a Reddit thread on like which female villains were more justified for their actions than the hero or something like that. And there were some cool ones on there. I just completely blanked on it. Let me think. One was Medusa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The other one, oh, shoot. What are some other... Another one was...
Maleficent?
Maleficent, definitely. I love that movie.
It's so good.
I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but Angelina Jolie was awesome in that. The other one was Catwoman from Batman. She's basically Robin Hood. And there was one that was so good, but I can't remember it. So whatever. Scrap it. But
Scrap it.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let that be a lesson to all. Leave us the fuck alone.
Well, so we are starting a new segment.
Yes.
Called Tea Time with Chloe and Dova. And this was inspired by one of my friends asking if we could talk about their situation and if we can discuss it. And I said, you know what? That would be kind of fun if we talked about other people's issues and see, you know,
we
what
should have
we
made
honestly
tea,
think
bro.
about it. This is tea. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
This is water.
This is a smooth tea.
I thought that was a matcha latte this whole time. What kind of smoothie is that?
It's just a smoothie with like fruit and a banana and a bunch of spinach.
I hate spinach. I love spinach when it's cooked. I want to throw up when the spinach is raw.
Well, you can't taste it at all.
You can't? You
No,
can't taste
zero.
Okay.
Zero.
Spinach is so gross to me when it's...
I also don't like it, but I don't like it when it's cooked and I only like it raw.
Interesting.
That's so weird.
I fuck with cooked spinach, especially
no,
if
it's
you put
slimy.
like a little bit of sesame oil on it.
Ugh,
and
it's slimy and weird and you're weird.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
You're fucking
Okay.
weird.
Well, I'm gonna start with
tea.
I'm gonna start with the person who inspired this segment. So thank you, Guy. I don't know if he wants me to say his name.
Oh, a male listener? Woohoo!
All of these stories are from men.
I love that. I love our male audience.
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Okay, so he says, is it okay for someone to talk/hang out with their ex? And if so, is it okay if they don't tell their fucking partner, and when you show them literal proof, they get mad and gaslight you and yell, then hang up on you and block you on everything, and they have a guilty conscience, so they go through your phone because their guiltiness is taking over, so they want to project onto you?
Well, we don't have to wonder what this person thinks about the situation. That does bring up a good point, though, because some people...
Call this man, let's call him Jack. For the point of this. Yes.
Jack, first of all, I'm so sorry. Sounds really annoying and frustrating. The thing about staying friends with your ex...
How do you feel about that? How do you feel, honestly? Do you think that you can be friends with your ex?
I'm trying to think, like, if Tommy and I broke up, could we still be friends? Yes. However,
you could?
I think I'd want to be something. Like, I'd be so sad to not have him at all. But
I guess
then if I got into another
too.
relationship,
Yeah.
and I have a really good example of this story, okay?
Okay.
So a very close friend of mine, kind of similar situation, got divorced from her husband. But she and her ex-husband stayed friendly. So they would like watch each other's dogs, or occasionally he would come over and do like yard work at her house. Like they had a very nice, amicable divorce. One day she was like, hey, can you watch my dog? I'm going out of town this weekend. He was like, sorry, that can't happen anymore. And she's like, why? He's like, well, my girlfriend doesn't like it. And she was like, what the fuck? That's so stupid. And like, she's pretty mad about it because in her mind, it was not romantic at all anymore. Yeah. And it was like very convenient for both of them to like have someone to watch their dogs that knew the dogs. And literally after that, the relationship went totally silent. He like moved away without telling her. Like they've never spoken again because and she was like, I get it, but I also am so mad that his girlfriend like didn't want us to talk anymore. But I get it. I think it'd be weird.
It's a little bit hard, I think, in our situation because we met our partners so young that, like, I don't know, the relationships I had prior to him, they're like little baby relationships. But man, I think unless Khalil did me dirty enough that I just want nothing to do with him, I would have so much love in my life. And I just know, well, I don't. I'm just speaking based off of what I think. I would be so jealous of anybody that got to be with him after me. Like, I don't think I would want to be friends with him. It would be too much hurt for me. It's a little different in your situation because if you and Tommy did end up splitting, again, unless you like cheated on him or something, you got to keep me. So Tommy's gonna have to share custody of me with you because
that's true.
I don't know.
No, I mean I would be
our
really
dynamic
jealous.
is interesting, but
I would be really jealous. But I think
I don't know.
I cannot imagine not ever talking to him again. Like I cannot imagine this person that I've shared like almost half my life with now just being gone. Unless
how would you
pissed
feel
me off and I divorced him? You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
How would you feel if it's hard. I want to talk from someone who has experienced this because it's so easy for us to say what we would do if we've never been in that specific scenario. But for me, I would say that there has to be boundaries.
Yes, I think that's the most important thing. If you're friends with your ex or you're going to go hang out with your ex, you need to tell your partner. Yeah. And if your partner's not okay with it, you need to respect that. Like, I think when you are with somebody, your partner takes precedence. And if it's not something that you can respect or adhere to, then you don't need to be with that person. Like, then you're just not compatible.
Yeah. I was going to say, if that person is worth you not dropping a friendship, but respecting their boundaries, then yeah, you respect their boundaries. But if they're not a person that you care enough about to do, I don't know. I just feel like you're going to be breaking off a relationship no matter what. So you
Yeah.
kind of got to choose, is it going to be this person that I want to spend the rest of my life with? Then yes, their boundaries need to come first. But if it's, someone that you're like, I'm kind of seeing them, I'm kind of, still feeling the relationship out. If you drop your friend, they might not want you to be friends with them anymore if that relationship goes south. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. And I feel like the
So,
second you start lying about anything, even if you
yeah.
never did anything with this ex,
Yes.
even if it was totally innocent, the second you start lying or withholding the truth from your partner
Mm-hmm.
about it, that's
Mm-hmm.
when it gets toxic. And then people do this all the time. Well, they'll do something. They don't think they did anything wrong, but their partner's like, "Hey, this really bothered me." And then for some reason, they'll get really defensive and be like,
Yep.
"You're being crazy," whatever, and start gaslighting them. And it's like,
Mm-mm.
"No, hold on. Like, if you really truly did nothing wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but your
It should be
partner
fun.
sets a boundary,
Yeah.
then you should have no problem telling your ex, hey, actually, like, we can't hang out in this way. Or, my partner's not comfortable with it. Like, that
Yeah.
shouldn't be hard to do if you're not doing
Mm-hmm.
anything nefarious in the first place.
Right. And I don't think there's anything wrong so like for instance, your friend, she was upset about it, and I totally understand because in her head they've developed into, it
A
sounds like a
friendship.
good friendship,
Yeah.
right? And you have to lose that friend. I don't think there's anything wrong with being upset about it, but I am happy that you didn't try to, well, hopefully she didn't try to
Yeah, no,
make
she
it
didn't. She
more than it
respected it.
ever was. But I get it. You're allowed to be hurt. I mean, it went from mourning a relationship to mourning a friendship now,
Right.
and that's a little bit sad. But at the end of the day, you kind of got to put your partner
Yeah,
first.
first.
But as for Jack, our friend, well, she sounds like she was maybe hooking up with her ex or something, and her
Definitely doing something she's not supposed to be
blocking
doing.
you immediately is definitely a telltale sign that she is guilty. So,
That's a breakup. I mean, just break up.
yeah, break up.
In that situation, don't put up with it. Because I feel like the second that you decide that you'll put up with certain behavior,
Mhm.
that's
They'll
it sets
keep
the
doing it.
baseline, and then they'll just keep asking for more and more and more.
Oh my gosh, yes, I mean, I've done it myself
Yes,
where
we've
I
all
got
been
cheated
guilty of
on
it.
multiple times, and every time with that guy was, this is the last time, or it's not going
Yeah.
to happen again. But I've already set my standards,
Yeah.
and he can cheat and I'll stay with him. So, ladies and men, set your standards and do not compromise. Is it
Well,
compromise?
don't
Don't
compromise on your
don't
standards.
settle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
don't
settle.
settle. I read something that stood out to me so hard, and it said your hold on. What was it? It was so freaking good. I needed to write it down in my book. It was, your empathy can't outweigh your boundaries.
Yes. 100% agree.
Do not make yourself feel uncomfortable at the cost of your own sanity and your own boundaries.
Yeah.
Don't
And
do it.
values. Yep.
And your values. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Jack.
Jack, get out of there. You deserve better.
He does. Okay. Our second story. This is a little long. Not my drama, but workplace drama. This girl I worked with was always volunteering and never really worked at the shop. Everyone kind of assumed she was just always volunteering to get a promotion, but people started questioning why she was never at work. Then one day we got notified that she got arrested because she stole something from a store. This was weird to hear because she was well known at work because she was always volunteering, and a lot of the higher ups seemed to love her. And then after she got arrested, a few months later, she ended up volunteering for this new program where she helped mentor people that wanted to join the military. So she was gone every Friday to do this program. And then one day, she was gone from work for like 3 weeks, and everyone was wondering where she went. And the story was she actually wasn't going to the program every Friday anymore, but that she was having an affair with the program manager's husband.
Oh my God.
So the woman, hold on. So the woman she was working for at the volunteer program, she ended up hooking up with her husband. Anyways, the reason she was gone from work was because the program manager came home from work and found her husband and this girl in her shower. And she beat her ass and she had a black eye. So do you guys think the program manager is justified for dog walking her and beating her shit?
Yeah. First of all, you know what I've never understood? The audacity to cheat on your spouse with someone inside of your home. What? Like, I can't. That you have to get to a level of not give a fuck that is so far beyond any level I've ever been at to think that that's a good idea.
Yeah, and I know this girl that did this, and I did not like her.
Wait, you know
one
the
bit.
girl
I know
that
this girl.
did
Yes,
the-
she. Mhm. Yes, and I disliked her a lot. She told her coworkers one day that she loves black men. Thought that was a little weird.
Is she
but,
white?
She's Hispanic.
Okay.
And then a lot of Khalil's coworkers and Khalil would tell me that she was weirdly flirty towards him. And I was like,
I think I feel like I know this story.
yeah. Well, anyways, she is now married to someone with the exact same name as Khalil, and I think that's hilarious. She's like, well, because I couldn't get Dova's Khalil, I'll go out and
I had
get
to go
my
get my-
own. Yeah.
Wow, she's a
but
home wrecker, man. Home wrecking hoe.
I have no. Okay, the husband is the one who's truly wrong in this situation. I get it, but there's just something so like betrayal behavior when a woman is okay with stealing. It's I don't like using these words because I almost feel like I'm putting all the blame on the woman, but it feels like a betrayal when women are okay with trying to get with knowing that the man is married. They are okay with trying to get a married man.
That's
it feels
two wrongs. Yeah.
It feels so icky to me, and I'm just so strong on like sisterhood, girlhood,
girl.
like
Yeah.
women run this shit, that when things happen where it involves another woman doing something traitor type shit, it just
I always
doesn't
wonder
sit right
about the
with me.
type of like what draws someone to look for unavailable men. Is it a challenge of some sort? Is it like their own like toxic attachment style? Like they can only go for someone that they know that they can't have completely? Like what is
You
it?
know, it's funny because there was this girl, so Khalil worked with this girl's husband, and they were at a holiday party, and this girl went up to another one of Khalil's coworkers. I'm sorry, I'll name them. We'll call this guy Marty and this guy Chris, okay?
Great.
Marty's wife went up to Chris's wife and told her that she can get his man if she really wanted to. She told her that. Could you imagine?
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh, I wish someone would say that to me. I wish someone would go up to Khalil and say, no, come up to me. I wish another woman would come up to me and tell me, like, I can get Khalil if I wanted to. Just so you know.
I'd beat her ass.
Oh my god.
Or I would just laugh. I would probably just laugh.
Yes, I would laugh. I would say, please go try. You know what? I'll give you some tips. This is what he likes. Go ahead. Do it right now. I'll film it for you. But unfortunately, yes, women like that exist. And it's just disgusting, pick-me behavior. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm not me. I don't, when I say this, it's not because I put more blame on the woman. Men just,
but like the men
suck,
are scum and
yeah.
like Listen, men are often driven to unsavory behaviors because of their hormones and their biology, and their frontal lobes take a lot longer to develop than women's.
Mhm.
They're like, it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
You can't really
but
expect that, like, no offense
yeah,
to
I know
our
what you're
male
saying.
listeners.
It just feels it feels more to me. It feels way more upsetting and disappointing when I find out like it's
It's
a
more of a
woman
betrayal
doing.
that when a woman screws
Mhm.
you over
Yeah,
than when a man does, I think.
exactly. But I'm glad she got her ass beat. I hope her husband also got his ass beat too. But
Yeah, don't play with
girl, what
fire
the
if you
fuck
don't
are
want to
you
get
doing?
burned. Yeah, what the fuck?
And so our last story. Oh my gosh, this one.
Oh.
Some asshole I used to work with would brag to us about how he would have his wife watch porn with him and tell her to do the shit they saw and asked her to do them with him. It was cringe as fuck, and I felt bad for his wife. I'm disgusted.
Like watching a fucking tutorial.
Yes.
Ew. Here, do you see how she
I
bends over like that?
I asked for him to elaborate what
Yeah.
he was talking about, and he said like he would watch porn and the girl would be doing something, I guess a little extra to the guy, and so he would tell his wife like, "Hey, I need you to watch this and I need you to learn it. And I want you to do it on me." And according to him, I think he was trying to make it sound like his wife was just down for anything. He's like, huh, I have a cool wife who'll do whatever I tell her to do. And then he'd be like, do it on me. And then she would, and then he would brag about it to his coworkers, to his male coworkers.
I feel like
Gross,
this woman
gross,
definitely
gross,
never
gross.
got off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 1,000%.
I feel for her.
If this is something that you're in, I don't think there's, I'm not, if y'all watch porn together as a couple, good for you.
Yeah,
And I don't
whatever
think
people
there's
want to
anything
do.
wrong with wanting to recreate something. If you see something and you and your partner are like, you know what, that looks like it could be fun. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. It's the fact that this man is going off and bragging about it to other people. It feels very icky. And from how this person told me the story, it seemed like he was just trying to say how much his wife was obedient.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a power play.
And that is
It's
disgusting to
different
me.
than when Tommy sends me a recipe on Instagram and is like, hey, maybe we could try this. Okay? It's different.
It's
okay, you're not
different.
picking from a menu and then, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yes.
and the bragging about, I think it's sick to brag or like to talk about your like very intimate things with like people in that way, and like, why would you make her sound like that? I don't know. He obviously doesn't have any respect for her as a
No,
person.
not at all.
He
It
thinks
sounds
that
like
she has
she's
like
your
a
pet.
personal, like a personal sexual maid,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I'm disgusted.
Sometimes I just can't, I can't believe that men like that are married or like find anyone. Like, the male loneliness epidemic, it's not lonely enough.
It is not lonely enough.
Jesus.
I can't believe that there are actually people who try to blame this male epidemic loneliness on women.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
like,
not.
maybe if you weren't a
I'm
douche.
gonna tell people right now, women are actually a lot more simple than men when
Yes.
it comes to pleasing us. Apparently
Yes.
this is a really hard thing, but I am not lying. If you were to see, let's say you're walking together at a park,
Yeah.
and you see two ducks swimming next to each other, if you tell your person like, oh my gosh, that's us, you're gonna make that girl's entire day.
Yeah.
Okay? Women are very easy, very, very easy to make happy. We
So
are
easy.
natural. I feel like women are naturally happy creatures. Like we find happiness and we romanticize very, very simple things. It's really not that hard. But, you know, if you're calling us little sex obedient creatures to your coworkers, there is a reason why women are tired of men like that, okay?
Well, and I saw
It's
one thing that was like,
disgusting.
women want a man who makes, you know, $300,000 a year and is 6'5" and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, the women that want those things have
Mhm.
been burned by shitty men for so long that they're like, well, if I have to continue being with men, I might as
Might
well
as
get
well be
something
hot.
out of it. Yeah, I might
Yeah.
as well be well off financially.
Mhm.
I might as well have a tall man that will make me feel safe, even
Yes.
if he doesn't actually like do
Yes.
anything to make me feel safe, but
Yes.
he's tall and that's enough. It's like, because if a woman finds a man who will make her feel like whimsical and cherished and heard and seen and all these things, like that, those other elements are less
Mhm.
important. It's so easy. The other day, Tommy made breakfast burritos without me having to ask, while I was working and like super busy and I was really hungry, and I stumble out of my office and I go into the kitchen. He's like, here's a burrito. And I was like, like I almost wanted to cry. And it's like, he just made me food. This is a basic thing that humans do. We make food. But it was
Yeah.
like
It's
that's the
special.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yes. And another thing too is you really do need to learn your partner's love language.
Yes.
It's so important. And I think a lot of times people try to project their own love language onto the person they're with. And then they're like, why is this person not appreciating what I'm doing? Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. If that's not how they receive love and feel fulfilled, then yeah, it sucks. You feel like you're doing it for them, but if that's not what they appreciate, then you can't be, you
Yeah.
can't expect
Yeah.
them to,
Communicate.
you know, like, I just feel like I think a lot of people often go straight to gift giving as like
Yep.
the immediate love language. Like, what is the most amazing, best thing I could ever give this person? Gift giving is not everyone's love language. And
No.
for people whose love language isn't gift giving, that's not a good way to show them love at all.
Yeah,
They
no.
probably kind of hate it. So when you're
Then I
giving
think
them
it's
these,
lazy. Like,
Yeah,
oh, well,
when-
they just want to buy my affection instead of doing the things that I
exactly.
value.
So and it's not to say like what you're doing isn't very thoughtful and isn't very sweet. It is, but you need to also learn their love language. It's this like weird little Tetris game you have to play where, yeah, you want to express your love to the person in the way you like to give love, but you need to also express your love to them in the way they like to receive it. So, you know, everyone's different. Everyone is a very, very unique cookie, and we cannot expect that the things that we like and enjoy and understand are the way that others like to receive, enjoy, and understand. I actually saw this funny post. Khalil's dad sent it to us, and it was two people. And they were looking at the number 6 or the number 9. They were standing on each end. So to one person, they're like, no, that's a number 9. And the other person is like, no, that's a number 6. And they said, like, you know, the way people view certain things is not always point blank or whatnot. And I told him, what I got from this message is stop arguing and start 69ing. But yeah, you have to learn the best way to love your partner. And that's not always cut and clear. This is why communication is very, very, very important. And I truly implore everyone to be honest about the things that they like and dislike. Because if you are a human people pleaser like I am, you kind of spend a good chunk of your life not playing victim, but you're kind of like, God damn, why can't people just understand what I want?
Yeah.
Hello, because I'm not communicating it to them. I'm trying to make sure everyone else is happy and everyone else is comfortable.
Yep.
And then it starts building up in me where I'm like, nobody gives a fuck about me.
Yes.
No, dumbass Dova, you're not telling people what you want and you're willing to give, and you're unwilling to receive.
I remember last year I had this moment where I was having a really, really stressful week, And I feel like I was communicating it to everybody I knew of how stressed I was. And like, I felt like my actions, like you could tell I was stressed. And like, I remember being so frustrated and exploding at one point because I was like, no one has said anything to like check on me or whatever. And then I went to my therapist and I was like, nobody gives a shit about me. Like, it's only about like what I can do for other people. And no one cares when I'm struggling. Like, they just disappear. And she's like, well, how have you shared that you're struggling? And I was like, well, like I've like texted about it. And she's like, well, how did you text about it? And I like read my text and it was like very dismissive of my own stress. I was like, oh no, I'm good. Like, things are fine.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, and how do you tell your husband that you're stressed? And I was like, well, I just kind of like seem irritable. So I would just assume that, he would know I'm stressed. And she's like, have you actually told anybody that you're stressed? And I was like,
It's
no.
hard to ask for
And I went back and read
help.
anything. I was like, wow, I wouldn't check on me either because I seem fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not being honest.
And
Anyway.
it's such a silly thing that we do because we kind of talked about it last time, but if someone were to ask me for help, I'm so willing to help. Let me help you. Thank you so much for reaching out to me.
Yeah.
What an honor it is for me to help and support you. But I don't feel the same way. Like, I really feel like some of my closest friends, you included, like, I'm going to burden you. You're going to hate me. You're never going to want to deal with me again. And it's so interesting. Is
Why
that
do we
main
like that?
character syndrome? Or what is that?
Maybe.
Like, why do we feel like we can do, I don't know. It just goes back to how people can give really good advice, but suck at taking their own
I'm the
advice.
queen of that. If I had to like have a talent, it would be I know exactly what to say to other people to make them feel better, and I will never do those things for myself.
You are really good at making people feel better, though. That
Am
is a
I?
very good
Oh,
talent
hell
of you.
yeah. Thank you.
When I had my panic attacks last year, the one where I had it with you guys, I think Khalil was so, so, so grateful that you were there because
Really?
I think he was starting to stress a little bit. Like, because he's a man that has a very sound mind. He's just very content. He doesn't have running thoughts. He's fine. So I think when he saw me, he was like, just like, why are you scared? Why do you feel what is happening? And he was like trying to play music for me, and I'm just like, this isn't working. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna run into traffic. And then you came and like,
I don't even know what I said because I think I also was like, oh God, I have to say the right thing.
You were doing like breath work with me, and I mean, nothing helped, but I think just having someone talk to me so I could kind of like realize I'm in reality was helpful.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Khalil was like, let me just be quiet and like let her, she needs a quiet, calm area when really like I thought I
do remember I was talking to you. I think I was trying to tell you like in a gentle way that your brain is designed to make you feel safe. So right now it's just doing something that it thinks you need and that it's okay and that it's going to pass. It's not going to feel like this forever. And I remember you were just like, okay. And I was like, fuck.
That was so scary.
I know.
I was so scared too because I remember one time Tommy had a panic attack when we were in Virginia and driving.
Yes.
I remember we had to pull over and he was walking, and I remember my dad came out and he was trying so hard to help Tommy, but he like grabbed Tommy's arms and was like, come, and that freaked Tommy out even more.
Yes.
So I was like, I swear to God, if he does that with me, I am going to run out in traffic. Like, I'm going to try and rip my eyes out. I need you guys to please, like, keep my parents away from me because I don't think they'll know how to handle it. Whereas, like, you've dealt with Tommy's own stresses, and I think you're just you're an amazing person to be around when someone is having a panic attack. Everyone needs a Chloe when they're going through something. I really hate
when parents do this a lot, and in their defense, like we're the kids, and so like they're just trying to like solve it for the kids, and they always overreact when it's kids. But like, so I don't tell my parents a lot of things because I'm like, they're just gonna overreact. But I think that one of the worst things you can do is like super overreact in the moment to the person and be like, Like, don't add stress. Like, don't add stress. Don't try to snap them out of it.
Yes.
Just like,
You
don't do
can't.
the
It's
things you feel
so
called to do.
Yeah,
It
dude.
never
Panic
works.
attacks are that could be a whole episode in itself, but it's scary. I can't explain it in a way that would make sense unless you've been through it, but it's really like having an out of body experience. I remember telling you guys, like, I feel like my brain is here, but
Yeah.
my body is somewhere else. Like,
Yes.
my body is like an hour into the future, but my brain is here. So I feel like everything is going in slow. I don't know. It's really scary, but you know, Dova's or not Dova.
Dova's great.
Chloe is
Dova's
an
the
amazing
best.
person to have whenever something like that is going on. But yeah, my mom though, she's such a good mother. She is impossible for me to not lie to, like hide my feelings from.
Oh, really?
That girl is so good at reading me, and she's really good at when I was having a hard time in Idaho, I would cry almost like every night.
Yeah.
And my mom would know anytime I cried. She's like, I could tell you cried. What's going on? And I would be like, fuck. And so there would be nights where I would go downstairs and grab ice cubes and just hold them onto my eyes and hope like she couldn't tell, but she
That's
could
the
tell
thing,
by
though,
like
is
my
like
voice and my mannerism and
sometimes I get anxiety because I feel like I can't have strong emotions without someone noticing.
Mhm.
And I just want to have a moment for myself. And
Yeah.
so like then I have to like make something up like, oh no,
Yeah.
my eyes were itchy or whatever. But like
Mhm.
I think I don't like when people notice that I'm like that I've been crying or whatever. Because I'm like, this is just half the time it's not anything anyone can help with. It's just like, I don't know, random.
Okay.
And I just don't I'm like,
Well, I have a question for you then, because we're so close, and I don't think I've never observed very, very strong, dark feelings from you, I should say. What can I do in a moment where you're feeling so overwhelmed and you start crying? Like, is this something that you want me to just pretend that I don't see you crying, or like how does that work?
it's so funny because like sometimes that happens and Tommy doesn't know what to do. And I think I don't know, because I'm very obviously crying in front of you. That means that like everything else has gone out the window. Like I know you're going to see me and I'm really struggling. No, you can comfort me. But if we're like doing something and I like walk into the room and I just have like some tears, like you can be like, hey, you good? Or you can just like ignore it. But if I'm like actively crying to you, that means like if I ever actively like sob in front of you,
What's your
yikes.
what's your go-to to try and stop yourself from crying if you feel the tears coming and you don't want anybody to see?
Honestly, when someone walks into the room, that's the best way to dry it up. Because I'm like,
Oh. Don't see me. You're a very
Yeah.
stoic woman.
Or sometimes I do scheduled cries if I feel like really overwhelmed because it just makes me feel less stressed. And then like it'll be so funny. I'll be like listening to music, crying, and then I'll get like a text message and someone's like, hey, what was that sandwich place that you liked? And I'm like, oh, hold on. And then it like
Yeah.
fully goes away.
I kind of wish crying wasn't seen as such a negative emotion.
Yes, I wish we could
though.
cry
Like,
more openly in the world because
Yeah,
without people
without
like
everyone-
being panicked.
Yeah, because that's kind of the first thing everyone goes to is like, oh shit, I need to do something. When
Yeah.
like,
Sometimes
I
you
don't
just
know,
gotta cry.
sometimes I watch something and it just really touches my heart, or it pulls out a very strong feeling from me that I just want to tear up, and then I'm
Yeah.
fine right after. But if people see me cry, they're like, holy shit, there must be something going on right now in her life that she's breaking. And it's like, no, I'm
Did you
just
ever
a
watch
little
that
crybaby
movie?
girl.
Did you ever watch that movie I told you about called Rental Family?
No, but I need to. We keep
It's
talking
really
about
good.
it.
Yeah, but like at the end of that movie, Tommy and I were both just quietly crying. And like it was just chill. Like it was just like, well, obviously the movie is sad and like we didn't need to like go into it or whatever, but it was like I do wish that I could cry more freely without panicking people. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Dude, I became scared to cry in public when I used to yawn a lot, and I'm a crier when I yawn.
Yeah.
Anytime I
same.
yawn, it looks like I've been sobbing. And
Oh,
in
Jesus.
school, yeah, I'm not joking. I have like tears running down my face, and people are like, "Are you good?" I would have people openly yell at me, "Are you crying?" and like
It's so
making it a whole thing. And I'm just like,
embarrassing. Yeah.
first off, no, I'm not crying. I'm yawning. And secondly, Jesus Christ, why are you announcing it to the world?
Yeah.
No, I'm just yawning. But that made me fearful to ever cry because I think like, okay, this is the reaction I'm going to get if I do
Yeah.
actually cry. Jesus, dude. So I don't know. But yeah, I want to check out that movie, Rental Family, and we'll have to watch it. But
Yeah.
yeah. I really like this segment, though. I want to
Yeah,
try
I
and
like
do
it
it
too.
more often. So thank you for the people who sent us submissions.
Yes.
Really, really appreciate it. And again, if you just want us to share and dissect something that's going on, whether it's affecting you personally or someone that you know, you're 1,000% anonymous. I don't know who sends the. Well, I did because the person said they were going to send it to me. But
Don't worry, you will be anonymous, especially if
yes,
you.
you're 1,000%
Yeah.
anonymous if you go into the Google Forms. I have no idea who's posting it, and I don't know anything. So it's awesome to hear from you guys, and I think it's fun when we can engage more with everyone.
Agreed.
Well,
Okay.
we hope you enjoyed this episode. Bye.
Bye.
Until next time, keep your alter egos alive.